Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 16279 Southeast Blooming Lane here in Clackamas, located just to the right of the front doorway. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the house. Got a 4-inch ABS cleanout. It's got a little red expandy cap over the top of it. The cap at this point, it's getting pretty rusted. The wing nut doesn't want to twist down very easily. You might be able to reef the thing loose, but I'll suggest putting a new cap on it. And for about 20-30 bucks, you can glue a flange onto here with a thread-on cap. But either one, I would just recommend putting a better cap on it. And honestly, it's mostly to help prevent. You want these caps to be somewhat difficult to remove, especially when you have kids around. Kids get curious. They find a pipe and the whole line surrounded with rocks. Just an easy spot to get some rocks and junk into the pipe. And it's zeroed out there right as we dropped in, and it is a superbly clean sewer line. This thing is spotless clean. A little bit of settling here at the transition. It looks very minor. We'll take a look at that on the way out. And just transitioned there to 4-inch 3034 PVC pipe. And there's the main. It's a super short line. We're going to go locate that really quick while the line drains off here, and we'll take a second look at everything. Alrighty, line terminates out on Southeast Blooming Lane. It's a wonderful thing when you have a line this tiny. One, you have a lot. The average sewer line out there is about 65 feet long, so that tells you how small this thing is. Just less chance for problems to occur. And when you have a line this short too, it's one of the few lines out there that when you flush the toilet, you probably will get all your solids from point A to B in one toilet flush. Most lines don't function that way. Very rare, in fact, especially with low flow toilets. Usually debris will stop up partway down line and relies on secondary water sources like sinks running and showers and whatnot to get all the way out. So the offset joint here is very, very small. It's only maybe, it looks like maybe a little bit of grease is packed into the joint. It's an otherwise very clean sewer line. You can see there's a little bit of grease particles and stuff there in the flow line. So what I can see here, the joint does not show any signs of being open to the ground. And the lip on that thing is teeny. It's only hitting about just barely above my camera lens. So we're talking like 1/4 inch offset joint, teeny little thing. And as you can see here, coming back away from it, not that I would expect to see debris build up from something that tiny, but pipe is spotless clean at the top of the pipe. And there's enough of a water line on the sidewalls here. This actually looks like a natural state view of the line. I think these people actually live this clean, which is very rare to see that. Otherwise, had someone just run a jetter through the pipe and cleaned it up, you wouldn't have the little bit of the schmaltz that's on the pipe walls there. So anyway, I'll notate that on the report that at the transition joint, you have a minor offset. That's a long ways off from repair worthy in my opinion. And this is coming from doing 25,000 sewer scopes at this point in my career and done a lot of drain cleaning. Offset joints like this, especially in 4-inch diameter large pipe like this, you need to abuse this thing like no tomorrow for that to ever contribute to a blockage. And the only time I'll ever recommend a fix on a joint like that is if I have very obvious, strong evidence that the joint is actually exposed to the ground, where you've got earthworms crawling around the line, dirt clods sticking to the pipe joint, groundwater dripping through, stuff like that. Otherwise, it is just a visual blemish. It has almost no bearing on functionality at all. All right. And then it's a directional clean out. It's not one I can go backwards from, but seeing how nice the line looks here, I would not suspect to find problems going backwards here. The plus side with a short line like this too is you can grade the line at a much steeper, nicer angle. So looks like they've got lots of room and depth to work with here. Good flow all the way to the main. All the pipe here, all is in good condition. All appears to be intact and superbly clean. Line is functioning properly at this time. And real quick on that note, I'm a big stickler on grease buildup. That's why you hear me talking about how clean this thing is. It's a very rare thing to see a line. This house isn't ancient, but it's been here long enough to easily gunk it up. I see inch thick grease buildup on 1-year-old homes, for instance. Keep your line this clean. It's especially important if you have kids in the household still learning how to fold toilet paper and like to ball it up. As kind of a general rule of thumb, if you have enough grease or oil on your pans that when you turn the pan sideways, if there's enough on there that it runs off the pan in beads or worse, that's when you want to do something about it. Either pour it into a jar or into a metal can while it's still liquid, or let it cool down and wipe it out with a paper towel or scrape it off into a garbage after it's cooled. If you can keep that in place, you'll keep your line by and large very clean. Thin little coating of PAM spray on a pan, for instance, is no big deal. Hot water and soap handles that. It's when real quantity is going down the line is where it gets you. And then as a kind of a general route the line takes here, as we drop into the line, it's running away from the house at about a 45-degree angle. That's looking straight at the house right now. Line comes out kind of over here. So it angles across the yard, and then right about where it gets in front of the front door, it turns and then shoots out to the street. And the main lateral is only maybe 3 feet off the curb. It barely even gets into the road. Another nice thing, if for some reason you ever had to fix this line, maybe 8 feet of it is actually under concrete. The rest of it, well, you do have a little walkway here, but easy line to get to relative to most.